So peeling flesh, 211. Wait, 211 divided by 187 plus FFW8. I'm not. That's a mess. This song's probably gonna be cool. Here we go.
I ain't with that save the fucking hood bullshit. Treat your girl right. That shit is whack, alright? This label, we rap about Uzis, blowing motherfuckers' heads off. You know what I'm saying? Smack your bitch up. Shoot your motherfucking homeboy in the face.
Leave it in God's hands.
I hope you had sex last night, so I'm gonna come over there and cut off your dick, and I'm gonna feed it to my kids. Don't fuck with me, bitch!
Okay, so let's pause there. Yeah, you know, it's funny. Quigs was like, deathcore vocals, I'm out. This ain't deathcore at all. So, yeah, slam vocals are interesting. Slam vocals are really fascinating. You know, slam is actually something I've wanted to explore on the channel a little bit more, especially by inviting some people on. But unfortunately, just being transparent with you guys, part of the reason we do so much deathcore is nobody watches it unless it's deathcore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put up we did some experimental songs recently, algorithm tank. I would love to you know, broaden the horizons, but such as it is right now. But one of the reasons, what in the name of Austin Dickey is going on here? Just some brutal slamming stuff, right? One of the reasons I find slam vocals so interesting is because, you know, there's this assumption that kind of comes from outside of the metal vocal world, that like metal vocals are metal vocals across the board, and this is just insanely not true, right? This is insanely not true. We know that Killswitch and Peeling Flesh don't have a lot in common vocal technique, right? And so slam is actually an area where I'm a little unsure. Like, I'm a little like, give me deathcore, death metal, progressive, whatever we want to call it, even like metalcore stuff. Like, that's something I can talk about with a lot of confidence. Slam, I would love to explore more, and I'd love to get some people on. One thing that I've really enjoyed is, so I've had some students who were quite proficient at like these slam sounds, but who are wanting to do something more like Paleface, want to do something more like Slipknot, Knocked Loose, right? Which is difficult for them because it's a totally different game, right? And I've had people show me how to make these low gurgly sounds inhale, and I've had them show me how to do it fry, and I've had them show me how to do it with like weird arytenoidal epiglottal stuff. So there are a lot of different ways to approach these slam sounds, but the commonality, right? The commonality across all of them, at least from what I've seen and heard and the people I've spoken to, is that they tend to be pretty quiet, and they tend to be pretty low pressure, right? It's not like a super compressed, like a vocal where, you know, it's strategic, but there's a good amount of pressure in my body. A lot of what these people show me is very slow, very clicky, very low pressure. And it's really interesting. It's not like a spoken fry, at least nobody I've talked to. It's not like like that's not going to do it for you. A lot of it is like this really slow rate. One person who's really good at these is that Nihilist guy. The Nihilist guy. I can't remember his first name, but he has a lot of stuff on TikTok. And then we had a lot of like more aggressive, like false chord stuff, you know, like, you know, what the fuck is up, motherfucker? Like that sort of thing. Let's keep going though. Because this is cool. This is really cool. I liked that closing down of the vocal tract to get that really bright, like sort of pig squealy sound. So, and again, like slam vocals are not they're not a landscape that I'm like super confident in. So I'm gonna use techniques that I know to sort of try to recreate some of these sounds, but it's not going to be one for one what you're hearing here. But a lot of times, like when we have like these like low clicky sounds, and we're trying to get those like overtones that like we would get from like we would associate with a lot of pig squealy sounds. What we're doing is we're working, well, kind of like I said, we're doing something similar to overtone singing, which is very, very strategically positioning the vocal tract to get those whistly sounds. Now, it's not something I'm very good at, but I can play around with it. So if I take like a I don't know if it's translating across the mic, but there are these whistly bright tones, and a lot of that comes from the position of the tongue, right? Really interesting. Maybe I'll talk to this guy, Peeling Flesh. Maybe we'll check him out, have a little conversation. There were a couple questions in chat that I wanted to talk about. Let me find them. Can you unlearn? Let's talk about that after the video. Can you unlearn false chords, screams, and growls? Short answer, yes. Okay, I think that's actually it, actually. What the fuck is up, Denny's? Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep going. Oh, also, Quigs, you left because of deathcore vocals? Nothing deathcore about this one. I don't think you'll like it, but we'll see. Here we go.
I'm no bitch.
Is it slam if you don't have that open snare? That's my question. I don't know.
No.
No.
Is it? Did that pitched that
Yo,
last
Spades, thank you
pixel
so much.
that
Go
was-
ahead, quick. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Spades. That last pixel that was like pitched up.
Yeah.
Right? It almost felt like at the end of it, like it was that tight sound, and then it opened up into an like right at the end of it.
It might have.
I just heard it. Maybe it was just like the airwave, but like also that weird kind of. I mean, I don't know if it played in the first part of the song that I hadn't heard, but that weird kind of what feels almost like mock Pantera vocals in amongst all
Okay.
the like just this really like kind of constrained like kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's, I was taken aback by that. But.
I'm not sure which section you're referring to. We'd have to check it out. I'm like listening to these croaky frog sounds, right? If I take let me play around. This is fun. So if I take what I do, right? That's my comfort zone. I'm going to take that as I'm going to slow. And now this isn't me like giving you a tutorial. This is me exploring sounds. So I have no idea how this is going to sound, right? So if I'm here, I'm going to slow down the rate of distortion by just basically less air. Now I'm going to try to put that as forward as I can. I feel like maybe I'm onto something. I feel like I'd have to practice, but maybe I'm onto something. That feels a little higher. So a lot of what I do with my growls is I bring my arytenoids together. That felt very slappy, like behind the tongue. So it's possible my epiglottis was kind of going a little flippy floppy there. I don't know. We can keep going.
That sounded like some Sardaukar shit right there.
I don't know what that is.
The guys from Dune that make all the weird sounds and their throat singing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Knock Loose we did first, but you can rewind the stream or it'll be on the upload later.
Yeah.
Let's
We'll probably cut it up into a video, won't we?
probably. Next time I need to do timestamps. I need to have a little thing here where and that'll be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Talk about that after. Anyway.
Why we going though? Fuck!
Begging for your life, running your mouth, got your ass in trouble. Face fucked with a shovel.
If these, who the hell? Why is it suggesting what we're doing right now?
Well, YouTube
Thanks.
is onto something.
You did.
Onto something.
You know, this band, Peeling Flesh, if they do not have shovel merch, like I want them to actually have a Peeling Flesh branded shovel. After that call out, it's mandatory.
That may be a top 20 call out, like ever.
You know, interestingly enough, if I actually breathe out more, it starts to sound a little bit more accurate, and it starts to feel a little bit higher up. Not quite. I gotta find some slam people and talk to them.
They're actually very crispy kind of pixels. It reminds me, like Alex from Despised Icon, like when he does his squeals. Like I think that's the first time. Going back to being like a teenager, it's the first time I heard Pig Squeals, Despised Icon.
Same.
I think.
Same here, yeah. There was like this yellow album. It was like the album art was yellow, and there was like this drawing of a face.
The Ills of Man, or like
something like that, yeah.
The Furtive Monologue is the song, and the album's like the Ills of Modern Man, I think.
I have to correct myself. Doom EP, Johnny Davey. That's the first time I heard Pig Squeals.
Oh.
Despised Icon was a little bit after. Despised Icon was a little bit after.
Right. Me too. but I think where they jumped out at me, because Furtive Monologue has that big section where he just goes, you know, but then you look at the lyrics, you're like, oh, you look at the lyrics, and he says like, and it's like, how can I compare thee to a summer's day on the virgin? Like, you can't fucking say that. Like the lyrics were like really eloquent, and you're just like, you didn't fucking say that. You just went like, I see you.
I see you. That song was cool, but I gotta be honest. By the end, I was a little fatigued. You ever eat like a piece of really rich chocolate cake and like one bite's good, but you just can't eat the whole thing? I don't think I could get through a whole album of that. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Not that it's bad. It's just like that was very like rich. You know, it's interesting that maybe this is just my perception. I don't know, but it's interesting that these like really like slow, sludgy, old, kind of like. I don't want to say old, but like Sanguisugabog, for example. Sanguisugabog's not slam, but like old school death metal. That's what they do.
Say that 3 times fast.
No, I'll just mess it up. And then these guys, just sludgy slam. It's interesting to see these styles come back. I don't really know. It's interesting. It's like new metal had a moment, and I feel like it's kind of maybe like, you know, gone a little bit, but interesting.